Yo, what's up? It's your homie, Devyn Zoolander, coming all the way live from where? The GAMA Sports Training Facility. And today I have the honor to interview someone who is a former NFL athlete, someone who is a coach, someone who is the CEO and founder of the Athletic Trauma Unit. Without any further ado, please put your hands together for the one, the only, Chris Steele Edmonds.
Hey man, let's go.
All right. How you feeling today, brother?
I'm feeling great. We got about 200 athletes in there right now. The media day, the food trucks open, so it's been a good day on Sunday. I missed church, but I'm going to pray when I get home, and I pray when I woke up, so I'm happy to be here.
Well, you know what? You did miss church, but on the flip side, at least your son was able to get to church, and he'll be here later.
Oh, he'll be here shortly, actually.
Right.
I'm going to take my role right now on the truck.
Okay, cool. Well, it's good to keep the business in the family. Speaking of this food truck right here, ATU started in 2014. When did you purchase this ATU food truck?
The food truck came 7 years after, so the food truck is 7 years old. We came into it and had no idea. We wanted to give people an option to eat healthy, teach them without being cost efficient, and create different food deserts. When we started the food truck, we went around, we looked at the most healthiest things you can get within the 10 to 15 mile radius. We can find anything. So we were really adamant about this, making sure we can have an option that you can have and teach them how to make more food and healthy food without being so costly.
Absolutely. Now what I want you to do is I want you to go back into your childhood, growing up in the 90s, and just tell me about when you were preparing to be a high school football player, what were you eating?
Everything.
Right. There you go.
That's the thing is, like, we go into a situation where you have to gain weight. Like, I wasn't always 250 pounds.
Right.
So you got to put on weight, trying to figure things out without really anything, any guidance. And that can be unhealthy at certain point in time. So when I have these young men in here, teach them how to put on weight and put on muscle in a healthy lifestyle, not just eating the biggest piece you can at one time, but eating all the fried chicken you can at one time. Not saying that's a bad thing, but ultimately you want to put that weight on in a good, successful way.
Right. As you transition from college football at WVU to the NFL, I want to know how your views on nutrition evolved from college to the pro level.
It became way more strategic. Like, it became like a mathematical thing. It was like you had to put this much in your body at one time, hydrate yourself this much, because now this football, you have to prepare yourself for 16 weeks. So you do all that year, and you're working on 16 weeks of work, and you have to be efficient, and you have to be dynamic on what you do, and what you put in your body became the biggest deal because everybody's body's different. That's why I say I'm not a nutritionist, but you cater your eating to what your body's going to tell you to do.
Absolutely. And after you retired from the NFL 2006, there was a period where, okay, I'm a retired athlete. That's what you worked your whole life for. Mm-hmm. But then you had to figure it out and figure out, how am I going to spend the rest of my life? Because your NFL career was a period of time, but it wasn't a long period of time. And you know you had the rest of your life. Mm-hmm. So tell me, what kind of conversations did you have to have internally and with those around you to give you some direction on what you were going to do next?
Yep, that's a great question. To be honest with you, like any other NFL players, we all get lazy. We're done. Like, we worked out our whole lives from 5 all the way to 25 to 35. A lot of us make it to 40 playing football.
Right.
We got lazy and we just put on weight. We put on bad calories. We put on bad, our cholesterol. We put on bad stuff. And you know what it took? It took for a buddy of mine to pass away at 32. One of my defensive linemen in college, named Charlton Forbes, he passed away at 32 years old. It took that to double back. I'm like, you know what? Just because I'm not playing football anymore doesn't mean I can't stay in shape. Right. That's my main reason for starting ETU, because I knew that a lot of us guys, the best shape we ever been in, sometimes we just kind of fall by the wayside too. And that's the dangerous part, because we put on all this weight. My body's not set to be able to be 250 pounds.
Right.
But if you
Right.
train it, if you continue to train it, then you can maintain that. If you're maintaining the 300-pound lineman, your body's not set up for it. Your heart can't carry that much weight. And that's what it took for me to be like, you know what, it's okay to keep on working. It's okay to stay in shape. It's okay to teach people how to stay in shape even after sports.
Right. And I think about all of the health issues that can occur with us, specifically as black men, if we don't get a hold on our diets. Because I'll give you a perfect example. Newly acquired wide receiver for the Pittsburgh Steelers, DK Metcalf. I think I was watching an interview with him and Shannon Sharp on Club Shay Shay, and DK was talking about how he has this candy addiction. And now, granted, DK is in his early to mid 20s,
Yep.
so his views on nutrition are a little bit different. But I just think that it's really important for us to think about what we're putting in our bodies. And when you think about people that have to go through dialysis when they get older, or they have to deal with hypertension or diabetes, and how all these things are connected to your quality of life, it's really important what we eat.
Exactly. I believe in it soulfully. I just lost my mom a year ago from cancer because she put things in her body that didn't make sense for her body. And so it's not for me to ever preach on the kids I coach or the people who I see day to day coming here, or up into the elderly people who I see in the nurse home. It's not me to preach what you should or you should not do. I'm just trying to make sure that you are aware of what you eat is who you are. I said what it is. You know?
Yeah, you are what you eat.
Yeah, that's
there
it.
you are. All right. So what I want to do right now, because we've had a lot of conversation about the background, the context of why you started ATU and then why you started the ATU food truck. So what I want to talk about right now is some of the options that we're having on the menu. So today we're here at this great event for all the players and making sure that they feel like people love them and people care about what they have to say, and also train them in a media way. But we're also want to give them some good things to eat. So I want you to talk about the burgers. I see we have turkey, salmon, black bean, and chicken Philly cheesesteak. Now, you're a vegetarian, so what's your go-to?
Actually, I was not a vegetarian when I started the food truck.
Okay. All right, got you.
I was not. So
All right.
I ate chicken, I ate things. So I had to. This is a side note. I had to train myself how to cook it. So when you see me, I'm actually in the back cooking. I'm gonna go in there right now. I had to train myself to cook it repetitively, make it over and over and over again. So my go-to on here gotta be a black bean burger.
Black bean burger.
But I can also make the other things. I taught myself to make it up to temperature to make sure it makes sense for people who are not vegetarians as well. So I'll make sure I make food for everybody. And cabbage is a special here on here too. The burritos, make a grilled chicken, I make that myself. The sauces are homemade as well, homemade teriyaki, homemade honey and hot, all homemade. And we go from there. I make my own hands, make my left hand, I make it's really good.
Okay. Now I have to ask you, man, you're somebody, played at Woodland Hills, single mom. I'm sure there were times where you didn't make the best food choices. And I read that at WVU, you graduated with a degree in journalism. And what I'm trying to figure out is, how does single mom, Woodland Hills, NFL player, and certified fitness trainer, how do you learn how to cook? Who taught you how to do all this, or did you teach yourself?
My mom is the best cook ever. My mom was the best cook ever. My mom can cook. She can go in the kitchen with one eye working on the stove and cook for 100 people. I don't know how she did it. My mom told me one day, and this is like a quick side story. She came to my school at West Virginia and said, "I'm bring lasagna." I said, "You know we got 100 players on the football team, right?"
Right.
She said, "That's okay." She came up,
Wow.
drove it up to me,
Yeah.
and fed 100 football players and had leftovers. And so
Wow.
it just became like a memory, a thought. So when I cook, I think about my mom. She was able to cook and make things where she didn't measure anything. She just eyeballed it. She tasted it. While she cooked. And I do the same. That's why I'm always kind of full when after I cook, because I'm already full. And anytime y'all get to eat, I'm already done eating. 'Cause I've been tasting them, trying to touch it, make sure it makes sense. So I got it from my mom. She's an excellent cook, and she was proud when the truck started up. She's like, "That right there, actually one of her favorite meals was black bean burger."
The black bean burger.
Black bean burger. She was her favorite meal. She's like, "So he made me a black bean burger right." You know, my mom's right down the home who was like, "Let me run down
Right.
when you get done with the food truck event." So it's a good deal for her. She taught me how to do what I did.
She taught you how to do that. Well, that's really good to hear because I think that a lot of us growing up, our parents always are trying to get us to eat vegetables and to eat healthy. But we know when we get on our own, we get some money and we're making decisions for ourselves, we don't always have that discipline. So I think it's really cool that you were able to find that and take lessons that you learned from your mother and apply it to ATU. Yeah.
Amen.
One question I always wanted to ask you, because I've been following you for a while. I had an ex back in the day that would say that this color is called chartreuse. I mean, I grew up in the hood, so I would just call it green. But why did you pick this color to be the brand color for ATU?
I'm loud. I can be loud, and I can be overbearing. I can be brash. And I'm like, what color screams Chris? It's like this. That loud green, loud green to the point where the shirt, my beard has gotten grayer since that picture.
Oh, right, yeah, because you're kind of black up here.
I used to do a little Beijing back in the day. Now I don't do it anymore.
You don't do it anymore.
My wife loves the gray. I'm okay with the gray. But I just wanted to have something that spoke volumes. You could see it when you come in. You're not thinking about it. You're like, that's the green truck. That's the guy right here. So it's good.
Where was the first location for the athletic trauma unit, and how did you end up working with the GAMA Sports Training Facility?
We opened this up. We had this on our mind. This is a $3.3 million building, but we come from humble beginnings. My first ATU workout, we snuck on Woodland Hills High School football field. Went to the back gate. I asked Coach Novak. He's like, just make sure nobody get hurt.
Right.
I was training myself how to become a trainer. I was getting certified in my training, and we snuck on the field, and I had one person out. The first day I went out there, nobody showed up, just me. So I put myself through the workout that I was going to put them through to see if I could take it. I don't want to have anybody do anything I can't do. And then the next day, 2 people showed up. By the end of the summer, hundreds of people on the football field.
Wow.
And it just became a thing, and so that was our location. I started going to different fields, started getting grants because ATU was a nonprofit, so 501c3 was a nonprofit, so getting grants to pay for permits to go to different football fields, to different locations. We just showed up, and we just made it a thing. So now it's granted. It's been close to 15 years we're able to have this building here, sitting here, and this is the end goal. I thought about this when I first started ATU. And this is down over here, big turf field, blue turf, I'm a Wolverine.
Right.
Blue and gold, waiting for some Mountaineer.
Okay.
So it makes sense, but it took some time, and I'm glad it took that time because God blessed me at the right time, and I'm fine with that.
And it's amazing, too, because as I was looking at the website for GAMA Sports, I noticed that there are several others that are part of the staff here. And I think what's really cool is that you have people that play different sports or that coached or that study sports medicine. So I think that you have a well-rounded staff here.
We wanted to have, so I didn't want it to be, I love football like you love football. Anybody
Right.
love me. Whole football players in, but it's not all football. We have lacrosse comes in here. We have a certified physical therapist comes in here. Joe's a running coach. One of my partners, Gabby, she was a D1 softball player. So we wanted to touch every sport in the area, and we want to catch up to states like Texas and places out there who could train year round because they have the weather to do so. Here, you don't know what you're gonna get.
Nah.
So right here, we want to have a place you can come to and train. We train them up. A lot of guys coming through here like Ziggy, more Scoop, Smith. Guys are going D1 out of these doors, and that's the biggest gift. I got the lacrosse player coming out. He's going to St. John's. Like they're coming out here and they're being produced here. And that's more enjoyable than anything that I can say that accomplished in my life is having these kids come out here and accomplish their D1 goals or their college goals. That's the best thing for me.
Yeah, man. And I think one of the things that I really admire about you and about your mission is that you understood what it was like for you growing up in a single-parent household. While your mother loved you and she did a great job, you also understand that there were certain gaps that had things been different, it might have gone differently for you. So I recognize that you know what it's like to be in an area like Braddock or Turtle Creek or Pitcairn and to see the deficit, to see what you mentioned earlier in the food desert. So I really appreciate the fact that you offer free fitness classes and free food as well, and I think that that's wonderful.
Thank you so much for saying that.
Now you're welcome, man. I want to go back to last year. You were honored by the Honorable Mayor Ed Gainey of Pittsburgh, who gave you a special proclamation for all the work you're doing with ATU. So first of all, I want to know, were you surprised when you learned that that was happening, and how does that make you feel when your efforts are being recognized by the mayor of Pittsburgh?
Believe it or not, I was shocked. He's like, I just could be out here. What you doing this day? I said, I don't know. We have a meeting for you. I didn't know. So I'm walking down there and I'm thinking, I'm going in here and I'm thinking about anything. It's like, you know what? You got a month. You got a month. Like Chris Edmonds, January, all January in Pennsylvania is Chris Edmonds' month.
Right.
And I was like, I don't know what to say. Like I didn't know that I was bashful about it because I don't like to speak on accomplishments because I think it only came with people who are around me. I mean, I ain't doing it by myself. And so I get shy about it, and I don't want to come off ungrateful. And I just get so shocked, like, man, like this is what I want to do. This is like what I love to do, and I'm thinking about it. But I was so honored by my brother Ed, man. His son comes in here too, actually.
Oh, wow.
His son comes in here to train him too. So it's like seeing him, essentially for him, and seeing how he gave me his hand, and we broke bread, and it was an honor to have that from him.
Definitely, man. I thought it was beautiful that they streamed it, and I really liked the part where your family members, they came up and they gave you your flowers because not only do you represent yourself and your family that you created with your wife, but you also represent so many other people. So I'm glad that you're doing so many great things with the community. And speaking of the things that you do in the community, I know that you do a turkey drive. I know that there is a back to school event that you're doing. So if you could just talk a little bit about your community initiatives.
Actually, here we'll be having a back to school drive August 10th. It'd be from 2 to 5, giving out book bags, school stuff like that too. But it's just becoming a program. Everything I've ever done or we've done as a group, it was always a matter of what we didn't have growing up. Like going back to school with the same book bag that was torn on the bottom, holes in the back. Going to the same school that were nailed down to the nub.
Right.
So we wanted to make sure that we provided some things to have them go back to school with. And it's only a matter of time before that person takes over. And
Yeah.
they remember how they were treated and they remember how they were moving towards. And now they can provide for the people below them or under them or their kids or everybody's kids behind them. It makes a big difference to me. And now the programming, the turkey drive, toy drive, we wanted to hold that as a standard. For ATU, GAMA Sports, we want to make sure we held it as a standard. That's what we're going to do. Not because we have to do it, not because we want to do this. We want to make sure that people have a place to come to, people have a place to train, people have a place to go.
Yeah.
If they have no other way, you need to ride home. You come here and you're ready to go, so I got you.
And I like that you said that because while athletics are always going to be going strong, I have noticed that there's a shift. I was watching a podcast and they were talking about how basketball used to be a sport that was the easiest access for a lot of us because all you need is a ball and a hoop. And you can literally build a hoop in your garage or attach it to a tree, and you
Right.
can do that. But now what's happening with the just emergence of AAU basketball, now what we're having is, in order to get on the radar of certain scouts and to be in that position where, okay, this is where we're going, this is going to be the pipeline where we get our players from, it's becoming more and more of a rich man sport. So I think that what you're doing as far as offering these free courses are really doing a great job of helping to close that gap, because we see with NIL, with AAU, there's a potential for kids to start playing for the wrong reasons and to hold out and say, no, I don't like the way this coach talked to me, so I'm going to move on. So for you to be able to offer these services for free, I think is critical.
Thank you. And the thing is, it's just what you said. I mean, like we wanted to make sure it makes sense that you're playing the sport because, I mean, you should, at the end of the day, it's still a game.
Yeah.
Whether you play, it's a game. You should have fun.
Right,
so
right.
We're going to still that know we're hard as coaches. I know we want to go to the next level. I know we want the NAL, but we know we want this. But at the end of the day, you're talking about playing a game that has an expiration date. It has an expiration date. Eventually, you won't play this game.
Right.
So I told my players all the time, whoever come through here, if they swim, lacrosse, football, basketball, soccer, I said, enjoy this because one day you're not going to play it ever again. And if you think about it like that, you'll put more heart into it. That's why it makes them come out here. It makes them come train. It makes them come put the best foot forward because it's a big deal now. Because, like, man, like, eventually I had to coach. I can't run a 4.4 anymore. I can't shoot 1,000 jump shots anymore. I can't do it anymore.
Right.
But if you think about it like that, you'll go harder as you can do it.
And we're back. Devyn Zoolander sitting here with the one and only Chris Still Edmonds. I was about to call you Christopher, but everything on your brand it says Chris, so my bad, brother.
That's all right. My whole family call me Christopher all the time.
Okay,
I'm
cool.
always Christopher at my house.
What I would like to do right now is to talk about your family. You are married, you have 4 children. You confided in me that you would like to have another daughter.
I would.
So tell me about how's it going with the family?
My family, my wife's about to be pulling up here in a second.
Okay.
My son to come work this truck so I can get back inside. But I enjoy and also love being a family man. I leave home in excitement to get back home. I tell my friends, I tell my buddies like this, man, where? I'm like, yeah, I'm going. Where you going? I'm going home.
Right, right.
I enjoy going home. My wife is Camille Edmonds, and my kids, and I just want to, I live out every day thinking about like I want to make sure when I go home that I made her happy.
Right.
So it's a big deal for me, big deal for my aunt, big deal for my mom who's not here anymore. Like, okay, what did you do today that made you better than you were yesterday? And that's only, I'm only focused on leave out the door at 4 o'clock in the morning. When I come back home at 9 o'clock at night, what did I do to make my family name proud? That's it.
There you go. Now, I do have to talk about, I saw on your Instagram, there was a picture. I don't know if it was a professionally done photo, but let me paint the scene for you. So this brother, Chris Still Edmonds, he's lined up, and a tall young man that appears to be your son is on the other side, and there's this hypothetical question about how do you think this went. So I know that you're a good father. I know that you're in your son's corner, but when y'all match up against each other, oh, it's smoke there.
I dogged him. I dogged him.
Oh, you dogged him?
I tried my best. Now, the honest for the picture was, he did get out on me a little bit.
Okay.
But I had flip flops on, so I'm getting myself a little leeway on that. But I did push him out of bounds. But off the line, he definitely smoked me a little bit. But it's fine. He's going to Alabama.
He's going to Alabama.
He's going to Alabama. So at least I got smoked by somebody who's going to Alabama.
Right.
Alabama commit. So.
If you must. Now, and your son's name is Jordan, correct?
Jordan, yep.
All right. Tell me about Jordan. How did you raise him, and how did it compare to the way that you were raised when it comes to being a football player?
I didn't push football on him. I was a dad that I never hung any awards up or any jerseys up in my house because I wanted to make sure that you did what you wanted to do. So it took him to be about maybe 9, 10. He was in the basement getting out the Christmas decoration. He saw some bull rings down there from West Virginia, and he saw some jerseys. I was like, hey, I didn't know. I said, well, I didn't want to push that on you. Now you're allowed to examine what you want to do and feel like and play how you want to play. I'm going to give him the decision. I ain't going to tell you what to do, tell you what to say, tell you what jersey number to wear. Have fun with this game because it's your career, not mine.
Right.
Yep.
Well, that's good, man. We'll definitely shout out to your son, Jordan. Congratulations to him on being able to play for Alabama, Roll Tide. That's going to be amazing.
Coming up.
I know you and your wife and your family, you're going to be down there supporting them.
Yeah, got to.
Yeah.
I got used to wearing that different kind of red right there. I'm not acclimated to it yet, but I'm getting there.
Okay, I hope you do, man, because you know what? Sometimes you grow up and I'll give you me, for example. I'm a Philadelphia Eagles fan because I grew up in Philly. But if I had a son that was in college and then had the prospect of going to the NFL, I would have to do some real soul searching if he got drafted by Dallas. I would have to be like, I don't know about this, but
hurt your stomach,
it would hurt my soul. But I appreciate the fact that even though crimson is not really your vibe, I like the fact that you're willing to put it on for your son.
I got one shirt.
One shirt.
I got one shirt.
Okay.
So I'm working on the hat.
What number does your son wear?
That's 2.
2? Was that your number?
41.
Oh, okay. And he plays a different position.
Yeah, I played linebacker. He plays corner. So
okay, cool.
In there.
All right. Well, there's a lot of people that want to go ahead and get some food. So
I'll come right now. I'm sorry about that. I got you. I got you right now. My bad. I'm coming right now. We're gonna do.
Yeah.
Come on in. Make it worthwhile.
Okay. All right. Well, I want to thank you, Brother Chris, for talking to me about what you have going on. There are some more things that we might talk about later, but for the time being, I think that this is sufficient. And also, I want you to let the people know where can they learn more about ATU.
You can come out here, you can come visit out here, 24 Nashina Drive, you know, ATU, ATU Food Truck, atu.com.org. You can come out here anytime you want to, drop in on us. You don't have to make no appointment. Come out here and check us out. Anything else fails, look at my social media platforms, all my Crystal Edmonds. You can call me if you need to, and come on out here and check us out because we got a lot to give.
Okay. Oh, you know what? I forgot. I was about to close it out, but I thought about the one more thing that I heard. So I was watching an interview that you did, and when you were talking to the interviewer, you were talking about the thing that most people don't know about ATU is that the exercises are actually set up for people to fail. So why would you be so cruel and just create an exercise that is so difficult that people have to fail? What is up with you, man?
I think you should go to, if you want to be an elite type person, I think you should do things to failure. You should be at the point like, I can't do any more push-ups. I can't do it anymore. That means your body next time will do even greater than you did last time. So you do things to failure. It gives you a goal. Like I can tell you to do 10, but you could have already did 12.
Right.
You could have did 15.
Gotcha.
If I tell you 10, your goal is 10. You're like, okay, I'll get to 10. But I want you to go to failure because you may get to 8. You may get to 8. But I wanted to make sure that you got where you needed to get to based on what I asked you to do. And I'm a full-time bully. That's why I do that too.
Sounds good. This has been another interview with Devyn Zoolander. And remember, stay moisturized and mind your business. That's all. Just mind your business. All right. Peace. All right.